We're here
to celebrate
Time with Love.
Well, welcome everybody. Thank you if you're new attendee, and welcome back if you're not a new attendee. We're glad to see everyone. Welcome to Time with Love. This is our last one, the December Time with Love, and thank you for coming to close out the year with us.
Yes, thank you. And I want to say thank you to Mia for being here, our final guest on Time with Love.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here with you, and happy holidays to everyone.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Awesome. And so welcome everyone, our guests here in the audience. We're grateful to have you here. Time with Love has been our monthly celebration of love through stories and connection. And today is especially meaningful as we close out our gathering for the year. So over the past year, we've explored love in all its forms: messy, healing, joyful, and unexpected. And today we're wrapping up that journey together and saying thank you for being a part of it.
And we are all four of us are going to read for you. That's not a surprise if you've been here before. So we're each going to read from our work, and I am going to read from my most recent story collection called Gay All Year. And guess what? I'm going to read the December story. The December story is called 8 Nights, and it's about Hanukkah. And it's maybe a kind of Hanukkah story you've never heard before. It's a kinky Hanukkah story. The character gets Tonya likes that. It's a kinky Hanukkah story, so I'm going to read one of the less kinky parts. So I'll get started. So the character, the main character gets a gift every day. I mean, it's Hanukkah, so he comes into the office and he has this present from a secret admirer sitting on his desk, but they're all kind of sexually oriented. So it's the fifth day, the fifth night, and he has got a present that's alarming him. Scott Roth, a non-recorded voice, said, "Oh, good, you're in already. Could you go to lunch with me today, please?" I asked, hating the whine I heard in my voice. "Oh, anything wrong, Steve?" he asked in a reassuring baritone. "I'm not sure," I answered. "Okay, see you in the reception area at 10 till." I agreed and hung up. Good old Scott. Just what I needed. Someone normal. He had the same brisket sandwich he always had and the same iced tea. When I ordered a cocktail, he raised his eyebrows and gave me a questioning look. "I need a drink," I told his eyebrows and his eyes. He shrugged. "Okay, so what's up?" he asked. My head made a circuit of the crowded, noisy restaurant. I leaned in close. "I got a dildo today." "The fifth night," he said meditatively. I leaned closer. "Does it have anything to do with Hanukkah?" Scott's laughs were like barks, deep, dark rumbling up from his chest. Speaking of his chest, it was looking mighty good that day. Had he been working out? And I noticed his face was hairy, too. "Are you growing a beard?" I asked. "No," he said, as the waiter handed him his iced tea and me my mojito. After the waiter left, he asked, "Are you afraid of it?" "The beard? No, it looks great." He stared at me with those lynx eyes. I jumped a little in my seat. "Oh, the dildo!" I exclaimed, too loudly. Nearby diners raised their eyes from their plates. Scott's looked amused. "A little," I admitted, knocking back a good slug of the mojito. "I can see why after the douche. Did you use it?" he asked and took a sip of tea. "I did. I mean, I've used everything else." Scott said, like he was looking at photos. Our sandwiches appeared and he stopped asking questions. I don't blame him for not wanting any more lunch conversation about douches and dildos. We updated each other on the continuing melodramas of his department, accounting, and mine, editorial. Once he'd finished, Scott paid for the bill and wouldn't take my money. "Keep it in your pants," he said, giving me a wink. Out on Broadway, we walked in tandem for a block, like we always did. We were about the same height and had equal strides. All of a sudden, he stopped and took my bicep in a shockingly strong grip. He had been working out. Look, Steve, you don't have to do anything you don't want to, he said to me seriously. His eyes were fierce, and his mouth was grim. It was like he was protecting me. Did I need protection? Where do you think this is going? I asked. He was making me nervous. It doesn't have to go anywhere, he answered in a reassuring voice. It doesn't have to go any further than it's gone already. He seemed so definite. I wished I could be. How can I stop it? Don't open the presents. Stop using them. You probably won't get anything over the weekend anyway, he said, stuffing his hands in his pockets. His pants were tighter than usual. Are those new slacks? I asked. He looked down at his legs. No, why? They look really good on you. Thanks, he said, and the little smile came back to the corners of his mouth. Anyway, he prompted, the weekend. Right, I said. Why wouldn't I get more presents? Aren't there 3 more nights? He observed me with his head tilted back a little. Sounds like you want it. Them, he corrected himself. I looked away. Maybe. What I didn't want was having to decide on Fifth Avenue in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral. It just seemed wrong. Scott started us walking again while I ruminated. Open, use, open, use. Both were up to me. What the hell, I decided. It was just a dildo, not a marriage license. Scott interrupted my musings. You're thinking again, he said. I'd almost forgotten he was there. Maybe you should just go with how you feel. Hey, speaking of that, do you feel like a movie tonight? My little heart leapt. Scott hadn't suggested we get together outside of work before. On the other hand, there was the dildo in my instructions. I think I'm going to be busy tonight. He looked askance at me, a strange light in his eyes. You're going to use it, aren't you? I gulped a couple of times. I think so. But what about Saturday? I mean, for a movie, I added quickly. I didn't want to lose my chance with him in case he was gay and all. Saturday's good, he said. Let me look over what's playing and I'll call you this afternoon. Excuse me. He steered us back into the office. I sat at my desk considering my date with Scott. Was it a date? I hope so. Amy asked me why I was smiling. Who wouldn't be? I had had 2 dates in 1 week, one of them with a human. Call me popular. It wasn't until I was on the subway home that I wondered when I told Scott that one of the presents was a douche. Thank you. That's a different kind of Hanukkah story.
It's just so fun.
It is fun. And I have to confess that Scott is based on a guy I had a crush on when I worked at a publishing house in New York. But anyway.
I was going to go on a date, but then I remembered I had a dildo and instructions.
Well, you know,
Okay.
in the gay world of doms and subs, he's definitely a sub. So we're going to talk about holidays that are important this month, each of us. And oddly enough, the holiday in my story is Hanukkah, so that's what I'm going to talk about. This year, Hanukkah starts tonight at sundown, so you're right on time. You can begin celebrating tonight with latkes and spinning the dreidel and eating gelt, lots of good chocolate. And it goes through Monday, December 22nd. So just a quick little primer on Hanukkah. If you don't hear a lot of Hanukkah music, so I'm going to give you some Hanukkah information. Hanukkah is the Hebrew word for dedication. And that is used because the festival, it's an eight-day festival, 8 days and 8 nights, celebrates the rededication of the temple and the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. The Syrians had taken over Israel, the Greco-Syrians, and Maccabees, who were Jewish resistance fighters, kicked them out. And so, but Hanukkah celebrates that historical event, also celebrates a more emotional event, the survival of the Jewish people, which is symbolized by the miracle of the temple lamp, which may just be a story, but it's a good story. This is that when they purified and rededicated the temple, there was only one lamp and it only had enough oil for 1 night, but it burned for 8 nights. And that was their miracle. Now, we also do an online contest every month, and we're not going to skip this month. We're doing one. So here's the question, and we want you to write an answer in chat, 2 or 3 sentences. No, don't write an essay. There's not time for us to consider that. It's only a 60-minute program, folks. So the question is, what was the most memorable holiday gift you ever received? And a hint is memorable can mean good or bad. So then after you post them, then Joe, who's our online host, will read them to us, and or we'll show them on the screen. We'll read them to you, and then each of us will pick our favorite answer and award a prize. And if you win, please put your email address in chat to the one of us who picked you, not in general, but just to the one who picked you. And my prize, since it's still a time of year when people are having food problems, and there's so much good cheer, not everybody has the food to go with their good cheer, is a $25 donation to your favorite food bank. I did this last month for Thanksgiving. It's still good for this holiday. So thank you very much for listening. Now I'll turn it over to Tonya.
I'm a little sad. That's the last time we're going to hear you read from your story.
That's the last story, too.
Yeah. Well, I am going to change things up a little bit. I usually read from my book first and talk about my holiday, but I'm going to talk about my holiday first because they are kind of connected. And in case this is anybody's first time, I should remind you that my book is 52 Love. It gives you 1 love lesson per week for an entire year of love. And so what I've been doing is sharing one of the tips from each month every time we do this. Well, my holiday is New Year's Eve. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of New Year's Eve. It's celebrated on the night of December 31st. It marks the end of one year and the beginning of the next. The Babylonians are among the earliest known to celebrate New Year's Eve with a festival known as Akitu, which took place during the spring equinox around late March, coinciding with planting of crops. This festival lasted 12 days and included religious rituals and the crowning of a new king. Roman history has it that in 46 BCE, Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar, which established January 1st as the beginning of the new year. The date was chosen in honor of the Roman god Janus, who had 2 faces, one looking back at the old year and one looking to the new. This marked a significant shift in the celebration of New Year's, with the Romans holding feasts and various ceremonies to mark the occasion. In medieval Europe, the celebration of New Year's Eve was tied to the Feast of Circumcision of Christ on January 1st. This day was marked by religious services and festivities, including feasting and merrymaking. As time passed, customs evolved, incorporating elements of both religious observance and secular celebration. And today, New Year's Eve has become a time for people to gather with family and friends, attend parties, watch fireworks, and count down the seconds until the new year begins. People use blowers, whistles, or other noisemakers to greet the new year, which is also supposed to chase away bad luck. They toast the new year with a glass of champagne, kiss a loved one, and sing Auld Lang Syne, an old Scottish song which bids farewell to days gone by. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're bidding farewell to time with love. So I will now read my last piece from my book, Deck Your Halls, and this is for week 52. New Year's represents a time to commemorate the old and welcome the new, a chance for merry revelry and final indulgences before the clock resets. The final holiday of the year is often synonymous with wild ventures, massive gatherings, and grand extravagances, most of which lack the intimacy practiced during this series. Keep the excitement without the crowds and cover charges. For the 52 Love finale, bid farewell to the last 12 months with an at-home New Year's celebration for 2. You don't have to live in Vegas to catch the New Year's party craze. Tidy your home as if you're hosting friends. Decorate with glitz and glamour galore. Depending on your preferred atmosphere, dim lamps and line walls with twinkling holiday bulbs, or hang a disco ball from the ceiling so it can twirl and reflect a multitude of colorful lights. Sprinkle sparkling trinkets, festive flowers, and colorful candles throughout your home. Dress in your fanciest digs, or treat yourself to new spangly outfits befitting the holiday. Whether confetti and crowns or poppers and party hats, your accessories highlight the experience. Use all the space on a dance floor for two. Create a playlist of your favorite party music and dance jams. When your twinkle toes need a break, try couples karaoke with songs that require dual melodies. Belt your favorite tracks like it's the last time you'll hear them this year. With the money you save by staying home, splurge on takeout from an upscale restaurant. Pull out the fine china and include a lavish dessert. If you're a fan of the bar scene, get in spirit with the spirits. Stock up on your favorite beers, wines, liquors, and liqueurs. Use the evening to practice your mixing skills. Prepare holiday libations to toast the new year. If you're feeling particularly festive, leave a set of different cocktails or mocktails in every room of the house for a personalized New Year's Eve. You don't have to wait in line for an overpriced drink, and you don't need to worry about driving home. If a relaxing celebration is more your style, order in, curl up together, and exchange quiet reflections. Read your couple's journal together. Review your goals. Make a time capsule with your partner that commemorates your favorite movies, books, songs, podcasts, and TV shows from the last 12 months. Include tokens from the special times you've shared throughout the year. Play board games or video games, or make up your own game, like no lip-to-lip contact until midnight. And then plant kisses every place else on your partner. Start a new tradition, such as an edible countdown. Treats and snacks to nibble at each hour approaching midnight. At the final hour, feed each other 12 grapes for good luck to bring prosperity in the new year. Chill your favorite bubbly by the bedside and toast the new year from between the sheets. Watch marathon movies. Stack the queue with your favorite holiday films or the entire Marvel Cinematic experience. Whether you party hard or settle in for some low-key cuddle time, set an alarm to ensure you catch the countdown to your midnight kiss. Celebrate the blessings and joyful moments of this year, as well as the hopeful anticipation of what's to come for you and your partner. This night is for the two of you. Enjoy it to the fullest. Cheers. And so that is my final tip of the year.
Are you getting a little sad?
A little. Yeah.
Oh.
I've enjoyed spending time with you guys.
Well, it has been fun, and it doesn't have to be over. We can still get together.
Yes.
Even though we
And it's
live in
also a reminder
three
that,
different places.
it's the end of the year. Like, we have already reached the end of the year. We have our own holidays and celebrations that we are either already in the midst of or preparing for. It's an emotional time of year.
But
And it's
hey,
very
we're all
special.
going on to new books.
That's true.
So
We are.
we
So
can have an online reading.
I'll take that segue, which is my prize for today's contest happens to be a new book. It is the sequel to 52 Love.
Nice.
It's
Yay.
based, what it is there are short stories from a variety of authors who have taken their characters from their existing stories and written a short story using one of the tips in 52 Love. And so there will be 4 volumes, and on February 14th of 2026, A Year of Romance Volume 1 comes out with the first 13 stories. It happens to have many of the, or I wouldn't say many, but a few of the people who actually guested on our show this year. It was conceived by Mel Walker, who was our first guest, and he has a story in there. And that is going to be my gift, an e-copy, as soon as I have them available, because I've done the proofs. The pre-order is available, but I don't have my ARC copy yet. So as soon as I have one, I will send it to our winner for today.
What a great idea. And
Yeah,
Mel
that's
is such a good guy.
He is. Yeah, it was such a great idea. And when he said it to me, I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I just finished the podcast. That it just seemed like too much. And so I didn't do it right away. But then I talked to my publisher once I got the 52 Love deal. And they're like, yeah, we love that idea. Let's do it.
Tanya, you are a super busy Renaissance woman and you can fit it all in, I believe.
I try.
That's an awesome idea.
Well, speaking of super busy, let's hand it off to Hadley.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's my middle name, busy. But I've enjoyed this time that we've had this year. So yes, finishing up and rounding out everything. Hey everybody, I'm Hadley Raydeen. I am the author of the Bachelor of the Month series. Today we're closing out the year in the series with Mr. December. So if you've been with us all year, you know that Genesis Jones, she's our journalist and instigator. And in Mr. December, she's also Talon Forrester's best friend. So she wants two things: the story and for Talon to stop dodging love. Talon Forrester is the youngest of the Forrester dynasty. He's quick-witted, skilled at hiding his emotions, but he manages a Forrester entertainment from behind the camera until his family persuades him to star in the actual reality dating show. So what Talon doesn't expect is that the real sparks won't fly with one of the contestants, but with Kiri Miota, the producer, who sees right through him. And Mr. December explores what happens when the script falls apart and the cameras keep rolling and love shows up anyway. So in this scene, Talon isn't performing or producing or deflecting. He's simply present. And sometimes that's where the biggest shift happens. So she's across the room, clipboard in hand, looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. Kiri Miota, my producer, my heartbeat. She's stunning tonight, not just because of the festive poinsettias or the soft glow of the studio lights. There's a warmth about her that goes beyond the holiday ambiance and effortless beauty that draws every eye in the room. Her lips painting a bold red part slightly as the murmurs instructions to the crew. Her tone calm but commanding. She's focused, all business, as she orchestrates the chaos around her. But when our eyes meet, everything else fades. And for a breathless moment, she's the only thing that matters. What are you doing, Talon? I can almost hear her asking, even though she hasn't said a word. Her dark eyes widen, trying to read me as her lips press into a thin line, calculating the fallout from whatever this is going to be. I step toward Kiri, every muscle in my body tightening, with the possibility that I might crash and burn in front of everyone. The camera shifts, following my every move. Hearts unscripted indeed. For once, the show lives up to its title. When I reach her, Kiri's clipboard drops to her side, her fingers curling into a fist. Her lips part as she tries to figure out what to say, but there's no stopping this, no going back. What are you doing? She says this time. There's something softer in her tone, uncertainty, maybe even hope. What I should have done a long time ago, I say, my voice low but steady. Her breath hitches, her chest rising and falling in quick, shallow movements. My heart pounds harder as I step closer, her lips pressed together, her gaze darting toward the cameras and the contestants lingering at the edge of the set. I can see the battle in her mind. What does this mean? What happens next? I lower my voice, softening it as I look directly into her eyes. Will you be my date tonight? Not for the cameras, not for the show, just for me. Her lips part slightly, like she wants to say something, but she's caught, trapped between the overwhelming attention of everyone watching and the possibility I'm offering her. She doesn't move, and for a moment, I think I might have overstepped. My eyes never leave hers. I slide the clipboard and walkie-talkie from her hands, setting them aside as her fingers twitch in protest. My hands find her waist, pulling her closer with a certainty I've been holding back for too long. Her breathing hitches, and in that moment, the world goes completely silent. Her scent, lemons and roses, wrap around me, pulling me under. Her hands land on my chest, not to push me away, but to steady herself, as though she's caught in time. Gravitational force dragging me towards her. Her lips painted crimson are so close, and I can feel their warmth, and her breath fans across my face, shallow and uneven. And then I close the distance. The kiss ignites like a spark meeting dry tinder, consuming everything in its path. Her lips are soft and warm, parting beneath mine with a hesitation that quickly melts away into something deeper and more urgent. It's fire and relief all at once, an unspoken confession of everything we've been holding back. She makes a small sound, a cross between a gasp and a sigh, and it undoes me. When I pull back, it takes all my willpower. Her eyes flutter open, dark and dazed, holding emotion I can barely comprehend. Her cheeks are flushed, her lips slightly swollen, and her chest rises and falls against mine, our breathing out of sync with the stillness around us. Her voice is a whisper, trembling as she speaks. What about the cameras? And that's that.
What about the cameras?
The cameras, they see us. We're on live TV.
Hadley, you made me tear up, but
Oh,
the story was, I mean, I teared up first because I thought, this is the last time Hadley's going to read on time with Love.
Yes.
I mean, and then I thought, you can't cry, you can't cry on camera. But then the story, the ending was so wonderful. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed writing this book. I remember writing it last Christmas, and I told you why I wrote this series, and it's just like, my mom had passed 2 Christmases before that, and I wasn't going to do this series at all. And so when I wrote this book last year, it was bittersweet for me because it was the end of that, and it was a year since she had passed. So now we're coming up on 2 years. So yeah, this book was kind of bittersweet for me, but I enjoyed writing it a lot. So I'm not going to cry right now.
Nobody's going to cry.
I mean, we're all on the verge of tears now. I'm thinking about her mom.
Yeah. Well, what I loved most about this moment, Mr. December, is that love doesn't always need an audience. Sometimes it lives in quiet choices and presence and in gratitude for the person who sees you when the spotlight fades. So that's why this felt like the right way to close out the year. And as we head into the holidays, I've been reflecting on gratitude as something we choose. And I'm thankful for the relationships that grew this year, for the stories that found us when we needed them, and for the people who showed up on the page, on the screen, and in real life. On December 26th is National Thank You Note Day. It exists for a reason. It's a reminder to pause after the holidays and acknowledge the people who mattered, those who supported, believed in, encouraged, and walked alongside us even when things weren't perfect. Gratitude isn't just politeness, it's recognition, it's connection, it's love made visible. So today, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our audience for joining us each month. Thank you to the readers who followed this Bachelor journey from January to December. Thank you for the authors and my co-hosts, Tonya and Rick and Joe. The guests that came on, Mia, for you today, and community who made A Time with Love special. This year taught us that love is intentional and gratitude is how we honor it. So whether it's a note, a message, or a quiet acknowledgement, take the time to say thank you, because love that's noticed is love that lasts.
That was wonderful, Hadley.
That was wonderful.
I appreciate you guys. It's been a real honor this year. It really has been.
Likewise. I want to say I'm particularly grateful that it was a true collaboration, because so often, I embark on these projects and I end up bearing like 90% of the weight and the work. And that wasn't the case this year. Everyone contributed, and I appreciate that so much.
I really like that too, that we all had a part in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, Mia, you got caught in the middle of this.
No, I'm excited to hear about it. I love it. I think this is great because collaboration it's part of our lives, and we need to learn how to love and help each other. So I love that you all did this together.
Absolutely. Yeah. So now we have you. If you could share with us, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. So now am I reading first? Or are we talking about my holiday? What am I doing first?
Whatever you'd like. You go for it.
Okay, so first I'll give you a little blurb about what Not So Merry in Maldives is about, and then I'll read from it a short excerpt, and then I'll tell you about my holiday. Okay, so Not So Merry in Maldives is 2 enemies, 1 resort. Paradise just got a whole lot hotter this holiday. So in this book, we're meeting Pear and Hollis, photographer and art director for a travel magazine, a classic co-worker combo. She's everyone's work bestie. He's office yes man on the promotion track. She's master of flirting. He's king of inaction. And somehow they're both single. A small push is all they need. Grab coffee, share lunch, or even a snack in the break room. But for the most part, the romantic tension is there until he fires her a week before Christmas. Pear may be unemployed and in debt, and unimproved out-of-pocket expense for the magazine's holiday island shoot will do that to a girl. But at least she's bound for the Maldives with her bestie, her camera, and a week-long girls' getaway until her friend's flight is mysteriously diverted. Now she's alone on Christmas Eve, headed for an island halfway across the world with the enemy seated beside her. Now Pear and Hollis are hopping flights and ferries to the private resort, but she still resents that he fired her. So she draws a line in the pristine white sand. But on a small island, there's no escaping chemistry or the reason he never asked her out. What could possibly go wrong? So I'm going to read you this fun little excerpt that I've got. You'll get it. It's just from the firing. I just love this part so much because it's just so fun. Not that she got fired, but the fact of how it happens. All right. Even though I had no clue what was happening, I pushed to my feet and waited to catch eye contact with Hollis. After a few beats, he noticed me watching him and waved me over with that adorably dimpled smile. So sweet, so self-deprecating in this utterly endearing way that I felt like this was really it. The bold moment, the calm after Hollis's storm. Now that the ground had stopped shaking beneath Hollis's feet, now that we'd come so close to the end without making good on our unspoken promises to each other, he was ready. He was the man with all the quan about to show me the money, or in our case, the mistletoe. So my heart drummed against my ribs. Just be cool. This is what you've waited for. I reassured myself as I double-checked my makeup in my computer screen reflection. Then I took a deep breath, releasing it slowly through my mouth as I took easy strides to his office. With a double knock, he nodded for me to enter. Hey, you made it out alive, huh? I smiled, debating whether to sit, stand, or action hero slide across the desk to mount him. Lord, when I saw you enter Maxine's office, I was so worried. This day had been a whole dumpster fire. I let out a relieved sigh, laughing, with my skin prickled with awareness. You can say that again. He chuckled softly, and with a dimple, and the dimple made its glorious reappearance, swaying me toward the latter option. Then, thankfully, saved me from myself and motioned toward the seat across from him. It hadn't been paying attention. I might have missed it, but he sighed, and not in a swoony, I'm so overcome with your presence and beauty, I can't contain myself sort of way either. It was shaky and stressed. We stared at each other briefly, our eyes locked, shallow breaths falling seamlessly in sync. My heart fluttered in my chest. Lord, the man's fine. I guess congratulations are in order, huh? I perked up, willing the springs under my feet to stay put. Hollis smiled somberly. Thanks, yeah. Ask me. He opened his mouth to speak, then closed it again, and it was right there on the tip of my tongue to just blurt it out, ask him on a date, or tell him to shut the blinds so I could help him christen his new office with something. His hesitation made me pause. Suddenly, the fantasy took a back seat because somewhere along the way, we'd become friends too. Hey, what is it? I tilted my head, smiling sheepishly. Shouldn't you be happy right now? This is what you wanted, right? What we wanted. Yeah, he trailed off again, continuing to stall, but for the life of me, I couldn't understand why. We were safe. Noel's cards had spoken. He had gotten arguably the best choice, a promotion. I got to continue paying my bills. We still had time to plan our foray under the mistletoe before I floated off Cloud 9 to the Maldives on a hopefully not self-funded Holly Jolly Girls getaway to paradise with my bestie. What more could he want? This was the best case scenario. Heat swarmed my skin. A small, shaky laugh spilled out of me. Hollis, just say it. After everything that's happened today, it can't be that bad, can it? His glorious face contorted. Dear sweet Jesus, tell me it can't be that bad. I pressed, letting out a shaky sigh. The not knowing was killing me slowly, except in the case of Hollis James, when asked, do you have romantic interest in Pear Sawyer? The lie detector test determined that he could not have been telling the truth to Noel Green, because how could he have even remotely liked me if he could fix his stupid pillowy lips to say, fuck, Pear, Vines and Voyages is letting you go.
Wow.
Well done, because we knew what the outcome was, but you still built that anticipation.
I mean, it gets worse. I mean, the banter back and forth, but I didn't know how much I was supposed to read, so I just cut it there.
That was a great choice. And I will say, if you're making someone redundant is that tense, I can't wait to read your sex scenes.
Oh, yes.
It was well written, definitely.
Thank you so much.
So tell us about your holiday.
Yes, that's what I'm on to now. So this is all happening right before Christmas. And I got to thinking, what is the importance of Christmas? Because we've got a bajillion Christmas romances. They're coming out every day. We've got the books, we've got the movies, but what is it about? And for me, I feel like Christmas is about renewal and about forgiveness and second chances. And that's really the crux of most of these books and holiday movies, just trying to capture that in one way or another. How can we start anew before this year starts? It's like your last chance in the year. And it feels like this Time with Love December episode, because, you know, you have a chance to really just be grateful for what you've had and the time you've gotten to share together, to set intentions for the new year, all before it comes to an end. And so I'm going to be giving away a signed copy of Not So Merry in Maldives. I have a copy here just to show you. I have Post-its all in it because I was making notes, but I have a signed copy, and it has beautiful illustrated header pages to really get in there. And it's got glorious text message scenes. So lots of special things in here, but I just want to sign a copy and send along some swag to go with it to a lucky winner.
Lucky winner indeed.
It's awesome.
I love it that they're illustrations.
Yes, I love the formatting. It makes me happy. And just the color too, it's just so pretty. So I love the color. I love the illustrations, and I just love feeling like I'm just diving into it. And I realized this year too, apparently I put out a Christmas book every year. So this is my new tradition. And this coming year, I'm going to be doing it with intention. This is number 7. So we're going to keep it going.
Wow.
Love that. Yeah, and I love a good beach read for Christmas too. So that's
yes.
Nice to spend my
half the world is not inundated with snow. So,
Right.
so
Hadley
some
is.
people are going to be.
I am right now. I would love to be on the beach right now.
I know, but I was just thinking the snow sounds so nice. It sounds so festive.
Yeah, I'm looking at this
visit.
Right now. I keep looking out in front of me, and it's like still blustering. So yeah.
That sounds so nice with some hot cocoa.
Yeah, I love that cover. That cover is
Thank you.
so cheerful, and then it's not so merry in the mouth.
Yeah.
But the cover is so cheerful. I love it.
Thank you so much.
So Mia, I was just talking about our resident journalist, Genesis Jones. She's interviewing all the bachelors. So she also wanted to interview you. So she sent over some questions so that we can know a little bit more about your book, Not So Merry in Maldives. So the question that she left for me, there's a theme around it. There's a theme around each of these questions, I believe, but this one is about choosing love on purpose. So with your characters, Pear and Hollis, they start off as work frenemies with a lot of unresolved tension. What moment pushes them from reacting to each other to choosing each other?
It's actually a scene where he's almost caught with his pants down. She's in a bathing suit, and they're on the Maldives on an island. And it is paradise in person, and it's glorious and it's beautiful, but they are trying to actively avoid each other, but it's kind of hard to do on a small island. And so they keep running into each other. And in this case, in the lagoon, she's caught him at a not so great moment. And he's like, what more do you want me to do? You asked me to leave you alone, and now I have left you alone, and now you're here. And what do you want me to do? Because I'm indisposed. And, I just don't know how else to tell you that I want you, I want to be with you, and I'm ready to start over if you'll give me the chance. And then she does, in an explicit way.
Whoa. Cliffhanger.
Yeah, that one's a really steamy scene. This book isn't that steamy, but there are at least 3 scenes that are pretty steamy.
Some steam is good, I say.
I need a little steam. Get me a little hot under the collar and make me laugh. Yes.
Or some clothing. Genesis is so great. She gave me a great question to ask you. This time of year, Christmas is hard for some people, and there's families are together and they don't usually get together, and sometimes there's conflict and people get hurt, and there's definitely unfinished business going on.
Yes.
So, your characters begin the story with hurt, resentment, and unfinished business. What moment becomes their first real step towards repairing that?
Yes, I mean, a lot of it is with intention, because he has come onto this trip with the intention to make things right with her. So he's trying the entire time and trying to be resilient and keep showing her, not just using his words, showing her that he is resentful and that it was never his intention to let her go. He was basically doing it because that's what he was put up to by his boss. And so she, even though he's the messenger, she still blames him because she felt like they had a friendship. So the moment they start to really repair, is she's uncomfortable in a few different situations, on an airplane, on a ferry. And each time he tells her, I'm here. And that's simply the only thing he says, I'm here. And she's not alone. And she's used to being alone in her life. And so that's when the repair starts to really happen, is because each time he says, I'm here, she notices she doesn't feel alone in the world.
Being present for someone is definitely a repair.
Exactly. This is really a story of love the one who shows up for you. You know, because people always say just love the one you're with, but are the ones that you're with there for you mentally, physically, socially, etc.? He's there for her on every level and saying, I'll be here when you're ready to open up, and I'm not going to force it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, your story has themes of holiday magic and second chances. The Maldives is more than a backdrop. Why is the holiday setting the perfect place for Per and Hollis to rebuild trust and find their way back to each other?
The Maldives, first, that's just a bucket list place that I want to go. My characters have been so many places that I actually want to go myself, but haven't been beyond Google Maps. And but it's the perfect setting because, one, it's neutral. Okay, they're on no one's special turf, so it's neutral, but also it's glorious and beautiful and looks basically surreal. So you are inclined to open up because you're having a good time. It's really kind of hard to have a bad time in the sun with gorgeous translucent water and beautiful turquoise skies. But it's perfect because Santa is also there. So we mentioned the magic. Santa is there. There's magic dust. The tarot cards have been read and have the universe's intentions are there. So the magic is there. And there's also a message in the bottle. So all the magic, all the signs are all aligning and saying you're exactly in the place that you should be. And this just so happens to be in the Maldives. You're in paradise, and that's not by accident.
Lots of little teasers there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, Santa does show up.
Well, Mia, maybe you could share how to keep in touch and stay abreast of your new works.
Of course, absolutely. And thank you again so much for having me here. This has really been fun. The best way to keep in contact with me is through my website, miaheintzelman.com. Also, my email, mia@miaheintzelman.com. And I'm always on social media. Well, not right now. I'm under pressure because I have a novel that's due by the end of the year. So I am scatterbrained and just trying to make my deadline before January 1st. So, but usually I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Mia Heintzelman Author. So I'm always available there. And I've been popping in here and there this month, but it's been kind of hard trying to juggle the holidays with the family, plus this deadline that is just hovering. It is due, and I've got like 20-something thousand more words to write. So,
and then you got to be on the program with us.
Well, this is a great reprieve, you know, like I'm glad to be able to pop my head up and come say hi to folks and share a little bit about the book and be with you all and enjoy this time.
is sometimes when we're writing new works, we forget to celebrate the things we've actually accomplished, like your published works, you know?
Exactly. That is so true. And I put this book out because I really love having a holiday book, but the deadline has really sapped a little bit of my joy just because I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I'm super tunnel visioned close to my deadline. It's just very hard to concentrate on much else, but I am working on the merriment in this household and being here for family, and my parents are around the corner for me, so I'm looking out for them. Just really prioritizing what is, very, very, very important during this time of year.
Well, hugs and blessings that you get it all sorted and you get to enjoy your holidays and nail that deadline.
You will
please,
nail it.
Thank you. I sure hope so. Thank you so much.
But also give yourself some grace. You're doing a lot, and
the
words will come when they're supposed to come. Listen to your own story. Listen to the signs in the universe.
Exactly. I have consulted the tarot cards a few times. If Santa wants to, grant me a little bit of clarity on this book, I'd be happy with that too.
Magic, Santa magic.
Do you have any contest entries, Joe?
Yes.
Well, we know we have some because we got a preliminary report from Joe.
He's probably preparing to put them on the screen right now.
Oh, this is from my friend, one of my friends, Marilyn. Marilyn, you figured out how to do this. She's complained every month that she couldn't do the chat. So,
I used to know Marilyn Jackson.
Oh, maybe you know this, my friend Marilyn Jackson. So the Marilyn's entry is The Mouse Under the Tree. That's her most memorable holiday.
Why don't you remind us? Is it most memorable holiday or most memorable holiday gift?
Most memorable holiday gift. You're right.
Well, I'm sure that mouse gave them a lot of heart attacks.
It was a mechanical mouse or a real mouse. Oh, here's another one.
It would have given me a lot of screams and terror.
Hadley, will you read that one, please?
Sure. So my most memorable holiday is my beautiful daughter. I know why you want me to read that. It's about you, I think.
We know who the daughter is, too.
Born on Christmas Eve. Oh, I didn't see her until the next morning when a nurse handed the baby to me wrapped. Oh, that's so sweet. In a Christmas stocking.
Oh, that's so cute.
Was there a bow on the baby? That's what I want to know.
And now that's out in the world.
Did she come with that hat on?
In case everybody wonders, the baby was Tonya.
Oh.
See, she should have told the story of the Christmas tree that was just magically in our house.
Oh.
No, I like the story that she told.
A flower when my whole life, but my best friend used to hold my lipstick, my keys, whatever. He just always held my stuff for me in high school. And there was a Christmas where we were so poor that we couldn't even have a Christmas tree. And, my mother and I and my brother, we went to I don't remember where we went. This is why she should have told this story instead of talking about me. But we went someplace and we came home and there was a Christmas tree in our house and all of these lovely decorations. And it was just like this magical Christmas miracle. And it's because he would hold my stuff. And during lunch, he went and had a key made so that he could sneak into my house knowing, he's my best friend. He knows I'm going to be off doing this thing. He snuck in, he bought us a tree and decorated, and we came home to this beautiful Christmas miracle and solidified, he's my brother now. He was my best friend now. He is my brother now. He's a huge part of our family. And my mother just absolutely loves him and will, she will fight for him until the end of time, until her very last breath. She just loves him so much.
Aw.
All right, I'm going to award you my. No, you're not eligible. But I
That's
would
such a
award
sweet
it if I
story.
could.
Oh,
Well, I think that's it. We have shy people today, so I'm going to just not choose somebody. I'm just going to give it to my favorite food bank. So
That's fair, because yours is a charity thing anyway.
Yeah.
We should let Mia choose first.
Mia gets to choose.
okay. Okay, well, let's give it to the stocking, the baby in the stocking.
The baby in the story.
That's such a cute story.
It is a cute story.
Okay, great. So I'll just need some information. Just send that over and we'll send you a book with some swag and some fun stuff in there. I always put a Christmas card into it this time of year.
I think Tonya knows the address.
Yes, I can.
All right, well, who's going to choose my friend Marilyn?
I will choose your friend Marilyn.
Thank you. And thank you, Marilyn. Thank you for being here with us throughout the year. And speaking of
Aw.
that, segue, Tanya's going to award the special end of the year paperback prize. Woo!
So what we have done this year is encouraged our audience to engage in the chat, do our contests, give us their answers, and this just generally participate in the celebration that we've had all year. And the thing about YouTube is it makes it very easy to know who has been engaging the most for each episode, because it kind of crowns the top three. There has been one person who has consistently been the top sharer, the most engaged fan we've had all year. Early on, it was between Wayne and this person, but she definitely, my mother's a talker, so.
I was going to say, who could that person be?
Yes, Gail Paul.
Yay, Gail.
Congratulations, Mommy. And thank you for being
Aw.
such a huge supporter. She is my #1 super fan, and I love her and appreciate her. I would not be who I am without her, in all the good and bad ways.
Uh-oh. And Gail's going to be inundated with she's getting all the guest authors paperbacks, plus she's getting ours, whether she
Yes.
wants them or not.
She gets an entire library of paperbacks
love
from
that.
everyone who was a participant in Time with Love this year. So that actually one of them sent a hardcover. So paperbacks and one hardcover.
Big
Aw.
spender.
Well deserved. She's been here every time, every show.
That was A.R. Farina. He's like, and we didn't know who the winner was way back then. we didn't know then. He was just being generous.
And that's a great book. That's a fun,
Yes.
interesting. But then I'm a Jane Austenite.
Mommy.
So now we have to get down to the goodbyes. But our goodbyes are all thank yous.
Yeah.
Well, I want to start with thanking Mia for making our last event so festive and fun. You brought your A game, and I appreciate you. When you have so much on your plate right now, thank you for making us feel like an afterthought. You showed up in a big way.
I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for having me and including me in your year-end celebration.
And you're always going to be part of us.
Because he has been showing up, putting all this stuff on screen, gathering all of the replies, and he's going to play Santa Claus today. So we want to try to hurry here so that he can be on his way to dress up as Santa Claus. And you owe us pictures, Joe.
Yes.
And we want to thank all the guest authors throughout the year. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And
So
thank
we
you
can
to.
see you, but we can't see Hadley.
Uh-oh.
My connection went
Probably-
away for a little bit.
I thought maybe you went to get the dog. My
No.
cat also.
I thought Joe was just
Meowed.
trying to show us his Santa hat.
I had to put my dog out.
I couldn't hear anything about the guest authors or anything, so I kind of refreshed and then it kicked me out.
Well, you know who they are. You were here.
Yeah. I was
Yes.
here.
So
Well,
thank you, everybody.
again, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for joining us all year. Thank you, Rick and Hadley, for being such great co-hosts and for helping with the heavy lifting.
Thank you, Tonya, for this was your idea. So thank you for bringing
Yes,
us together.
I enjoyed this.
Thank you for having us.